two grumpy critics.
I have been doing some video gamery this week. First time in quite a while.
First time in a long time?
Yeah, getting it back into a video game. A game that was just released a couple of weeks ago, and it is called Far Cry 5, which you may be surprised to know is the sequel to Far Cry 4.
What?
Yes, I'm telling you. These are Ubisoft games. I have never played or had never played a Far Cry game until then. I've never purposely avoided them, but there was just nothing that jumped out as must-own to me. But the premise of this one piqued my interest, and I decided to dive in. The Far Cry games are kind of like open-world sandbox games in which you are a lone gunman out facing insurmountable odds, and you basically run around and you shoot a lot of things, you hit a lot of things with various melee weapons, you can drive vehicles, you can fly helicopters and planes, sort of like Grand Theft Auto, but with fewer bodily fluids and sex.
In that order.
Yeah, exactly. And Far Cry 5 is, I mean, it's an absolute blast. Unlike the other Far Crys, this is actually set in a realistic environment. It is supposed to be set in a county in Montana, in the western United States, and it looks absolutely gorgeous. You are out in the woods and the roads and the dirt roads and trails, and you can hop on an ATV and go off-road if you like and explore. There are lakes and rivers and streams in which you can fish. Yeah, you can actually just kick back and do some fishing if you like. If you are of a mind to go hunting for a while, you can do that. There's plenty of game around, from turkeys to cougars to elk to whatever. And all of this is happening amidst this uprising by a religious cult. Now, stop me if this sounds familiar, but what you have in this county is this crazed lunatic who is all about God and guns, and he has taken over the county, and he has recruited these minions who are also God-fearing, God-loving people to overthrow the government and the law enforcement in the town. Pardon me. We'll edit that out in post.
I know the Heimlich.
And you are a sheriff, and it's up to you to try to somehow stop them. And you rally good citizens of Montana to your aid. And so you just go about and you can take these missions, if you like, to handle specific tasks. You can do random things, like if you see a van going by that has some prisoners in it, you can disable the van and take out the driver and release the prisoners, and that gives you some freedom points. You can find stashes, you can do all sorts of stuff, and it really is an open world game. You can do whatever you want, go at your own pace, and it's a hoot. It's the gunplay's fun, the driving's fun. There is it's an interesting plot. The backdrop of this thing's fascinating, and it's kind of neat to drive around. So if you're of a mind to play that sort of game and don't mind a little violence here and there, I would check it out. I give it 4 flaming cows out of 5.
Flaming cows?
Yes, there are cows, and some of them do catch fire.
Very interesting.
Title of my autobiography has been sorted out now.
Yeah. The most random things happen, like you could get attacked by wildlife at any minute. And you know how in these games you have these NPCs, non-player characters, that you go talk to, and sometimes you can get missions from them, sometimes you get hints from them, but sometimes you can just buy things. They're like vendors where you can shop. And I was standing beside this guy on a fishing dock, and I decided to do a little fishing, and there was this NPC there who you could buy things from. And all of a sudden, this cougar just ran up and just killed him.
Oh.
I mean, I'm just standing there, and the guy's like, and this cougar's all over this guy and kills him. I'm like, well, I guess I can't shop there anymore.
No.
But it's something you don't expect in a game. You expect the NPCs to live, but just out of nowhere, it's death. It's pretty fun.
Huh.
A Radio 6 international production from the USA. Copyright 2018.